Most of my entries are scout, so 50 to 100 pip scout, or sometimes less. Like sometimes not a good scout.
Well, if you're with the monthly, look at that zone that you drew down there.
Yes, sir. That was with the weekly.
Okay, draw the footprint that validated that zone.
Would it be there, sir?
Well, you just
Oh,
put a,
that's the footprint.
you just put a, you just, that's a line.
Oh,
Delete, just use an arrow.
just use an arrow. Okay.
This was when, at the origin of the arrow, somebody clicked. Well, yeah, but
Oh,
this is
before that, sir.
this is the retest you're drawing.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry.
This is what happened at the first retest. I'm talking about draw the footprint that validated the zone. This is a zone right there in blue. Well, I mean, not that little thing.
Oh, okay. Slightly above it.
We need a footprint. We got it. This is a zone that we want to validate. This
Yes,
is
sir.
even to more to your left is
Oh,
the highest point. So the swing high.
okay, sir.
Unify footprint, a strong move that breaks previous structure. And what do I mean by structure? A previous swing point. In this case, it's a swing high. Okay, yeah, that first one you did was yeah, you could do a micro swing high, but that's not the kind of stuff we want to break. And then we draw a zone. No, that's nothing.
Yes, sir.
The arrow, when it breaks, and this is what I mean by the footprint. Draw an arrow from the origin of the zone where they initiated. I explained it that there's a bunch of by O of V that came in, but we all know what happened. There were by programs initiated it. Draw an arrow at the origin.
Sir.
Exactly. That's called the footprint, all right? And let's make that clear. That footprint validated that buy zone, okay? And did you trade that one or not?
Yes, and I got out around here where the supply was around there. The 50% first entry.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. If make the chart hidden.
Make the chart hidden, sir. Okay.
Yes. Well, it's right there. Now, draw another target. See that black line where you have your target?
Yes, sir.
Draw another arrow above it.
Okay.
Just like the same one. Okay, now this one, this is a further target, right? And that one is a closer target, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, where did this second arrow come from? How do we know where that second target is? What is the second? What is this further target? What is it?
The next previous high.
What? Yeah, what do we use? Don't in this case a swing?
Oh, a swing high. Yeah, sure.
A previous swing high, a further out one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bring the chart back.
Okay.
Now put that arrow at the top at the right spot. Exactly, and you could use the wick, but if you want to be even more accurate that it'll hit your target, put this line at the open or the close or the base.
Okay, sir.
All right, and that could be another one. Now put that target at the open or the close. All right. Well, okay, yeah, since it hit the target. Well, now you got out there, right, at that first target exactly?
Slightly higher, sir. Yeah, around there.
Okay. Can you hide the chart again?
Okay, sir. Sorry.
Now, I need you to write in the text target 1 and target 2.
Yes, sir.
Now here's the real question. This is why I'm doing this. Do you think it can reach target 2? You know
Yeah.
that target 1 is the closest one, the closest one that we use. That's
Yes.
the closest target. Okay, if you get out before, you're bailing out. You got psychology problems. All right, but we know that that's one target and that's the second target. But target 1, you know that's likely to be hit. Do you think target 2 can be hit?
Yes, sir.
So what's your plan if it does get hit?
Well, if it does get hit, then you exit out the trade, and you could be.
So here's the next question. Did you close your whole trade at target 1?
I'll close most of it at target 1, sir.
Okay, now this amount that you closed,
Yeah.
did you pre-decide it before you got in?
Yeah, it was 50%.
Okay, so your system is at this target, the closer target, close half, and at the second target, you close the other half?
Yes, sir.
That's great. What kind of system is that called?
Profit system.
Profit system. Now, is this live or is this some demo stuff?
I done live, but I done the smallest lot, sir.
All right, but the point is it's live though, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all that matters, and you know this is how you want to learn how to exactly like this. And what are the two systems that we need? A profit system, which is, can you write this, type this one out,
Okay, sir.
which is the definition of a profit system, which is we know exactly when to get paid and how much, and actually put, and exactly how much.
Sure.
Okay, has to be very exact. This is not something you try to think about and, oh, what do I, let's see how the numbers look and make a decision based on that. This has to be obviously pre-decided, and good thing you did that before. You got in knowing I'm going to close half at this, I'm going to close the other half at that. Okay, without that, we're driving blind. We don't do that stuff. Profit system, no. We have, what's the second system that you need? Which is actually the main thing, and this is a piece of it, this profit system. But what's the main system? Isn't it a trading system?
Yes, sir.
What is write the definition of that one out. What do you think that is?
That is essentially the valid macro zone and valid signal at the micro.
Well, yeah, something like that. But just we're going to keep it simple here. Valid signal, a valid zone. And I know that the signal is on the micro, and I know that the zone is obviously drawn on the macro, and it's a signal on your micro time frame. Valid signal put at a valid zone, because
Valid zone. Yeah.
this could be any zone that is valid. I'm telling you, it could be a minor zone, major zone, against the trend, with the trend. It doesn't matter. It's a zone. Obviously, some are weak, some are very strong. Some are going to get wiped, and some it's very hard to wipe it. Okay, but it's a zone. There are people who don't even trade at a zone. They trade in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, sir.
And so that is not part of the system. So they didn't get the green light for a valid zone. No, it's not a valid zone, but they still hit the gas. Okay, but yes, absolutely. This is the trading system, valid signal at a valid zone. Is this kind of how you've been trading?
Yes, sir. It's just that The first retest, there's slight confusion that I'm having, sir.
Okay, you can remove all this and let's show me that first retest that you're talking about. Is it this one that we're talking about here?
So in this scenario, sorry, so let me just delete this. Can I delete this, sir?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's another profit system, right? Which is pretty simple, which I like. Break even and leave it. How's
Oh,
that? How's that for a profit system? Now, yours works.
yes,
That's
sir.
fine, okay? But obviously, there's different levels to it on how to make money and how to squeeze the A to B movement efficiently, okay? And it looks like this one is this a 4 hour? Yeah, this one looks like it's ready to go right through it and slice through it like butter. And it looks like maybe some sell volume was there and that was triggered and now it can go right through. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I agree, sir.
So your question about the first retest, what is the first retest, man? You do understand what it is.
Is when
What's
price returns back to the valid zone for the first time.
okay? What's the confusion about it? You said.
So would it be there, sir, the first retest?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Absolutely not. Let's draw it again. Draw the footprint that validated that zone.
okay, sir. It will be there. Oh, so the first retest would be there.
Remember, what you drew is just a horizontal line. Delete the
Delete this, sir.
delete the arrow. Remember, this is the most important thing.
Okay, sir.
Draw an arrow at the origin of the impulsive move where buy programs were initiated. Pretty much, yes. Okay. Now, hopefully that answers your question. That is, you're talking about that little pin bar tap, one candle after the demand candle.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one you're talking about? 2 candles after this demand candle?
Yes, sir. But
I'm talking about the zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about the origin of the arrow. Put
Origin.
your mouse on the origin. Do you see the second candle?
Yes, sir.
Go 2 candles down.
Down, sir.
I mean 2 candles to the right.
Okay.
Right there. Is this the one that you're saying? Is that a retest?
Yes, sir. But it's
So
not.
your question was, is this a first retest?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hopefully, you got the answer. Absolutely not. This is a move up. This is a move up. This is a footprint. This is the move. Okay, somebody clicked at the origin. We know it's not clicks. We know what it is. Okay, programs. But somebody clicked at the origin and created a footprint. The origin is now a zone.
Okay, sir.
A valid one. Okay. Now what happened after that?
Price returned and made the first retest, but you mentioned that you make sure you never trust the first price at the zone because most of the time,
we'll try. Yeah, we'll check on the 15-minute now, but I need you to draw another arrow where the next click started. For some reason, when I say clicks, you guys get it. All right, what did that click? That's what it caused. That move that you just drew. But what did that create?
Another BFI footprint.
Why? Why is that a footprint? Because it
broke previous swing high.
Yes, previous market structure. Okay, so this is not something to take lightly. Now, remember what I said about zone wipeouts, that how do we know if it's going to get wiped or not? The big question they're always asking. How do you know if it's going to get wiped? Well, you don't know. Nobody knows. Well, A few know, but we don't know. But we ask a few questions, and one is, where are we coming from? Okay, this approached the zone, and you shorted that, you said, but it came to this zone, and we had a first retest. But one of the questions is to ask yourself, where did we come from?
Yes, sir.
Where did we come from right now?
We came from a 4-hour valid demand zone.
With 2 footprints.
Yes, sir. With 2 footprints.
What do you think of those? What do you think of those footprints? Good, strong ones, or very weak?
Very strong one.
All right, and we're going to a zone. Maybe it reverses, okay, but we just see what happens there. But here's the next question is to know if it's wipeout. Where might we be heading? So first question is, where did we come from? Second question, where might we be heading? Draw the next zone.
Okay, sir.
The next valid sell zone.
Right. Right, sir.
You know what I'm asking, right?
Yes, sir. At the time, it could have went there.
No, that's not the next valid sell zone.
Oh, sorry.
That's a previous old one that got wiped. Yeah, there we go. Now you're going back. Look at that top one right there. Well, go back a little more. That one before the drop. Yes. That's a nice wick that we can use. A nice bearish pin bar, which are great candles to use for a valid sell zone from the high to the base of it. Okay. So it might be wanting to go there. Who knows what the price intentions are? We just study the price action, okay? But we had these 2 footprints. Where did we come from? That, and where might we be heading? Maybe to that red zone or those 2 black lines, but that sell zone. Okay, and you make your decisions accordingly. All right, hopefully that clarified the first retest.
Okay, sir.
The question is, they ask like, well, how do I know if it's maybe the second one or the third? Or they want to know what's going to happen. Is it going to wipe it? Is it not? Well, just analyze the chart and see what's more likely to happen. What do you think?
I think that the zone
Wipeout.
I think the low zone wipeout.
Exactly. This is just the 2 questions, or the 2 options: respect or disrespect of the zone. That's all it is.
Yes, sir.
Don't get personal. Don't trade the first retest. Okay, you sell, but then it comes back to wipe out the zone. Okay, but that bothered you because you were selling. It's wiping out the zone. I'm sorry, man. I wish that your sell could go on forever, man. I wish.
Okay, sir.
You got to deal with reality. We deal with reality, and it's coming right back. It looks like these BFIs are buying. They're on the buy side.
Yeah, I just made a mistake with the BFI footprint. How sometimes I would like place it there. So, but
that's a very common one.
Yes, sir.
But here's a way that we might help anyone who does that stuff. Draw a line at that high, at that silly little high with just two candles, and right in the middle of an impulsive move down. Okay, look how perfectly it is in the middle of that move down before that buy zone was created. Draw an arrow of that. Draw an arrow of the move down before. Yeah, that one. Now, what's the definition of a BFI footprint?
It has to break previous structure.
Okay, previous structure. Now, If price broke that one that you drew, that little one,
Yes, sir.
just one candle right in the middle of an impulsive move, and it broke it, look at that pin bar, it broke it.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Is that does that give you enough confidence to say, hey, if price drops right now back into this buy zone, then I'm gonna buy because it's a very strong buy zone? Do you feel like it's a very strong buy zone if it just tapped that little structure that you call it? But obviously, now it's not
Yes, sir.
structure. It's just a random candle in the middle that you chose. Okay, but do you see how that's not a swing high?
Yes, sir.
Where do you think is the most recent swing high?
The
A
most
valid one,
recent.
a legal one that's worth, okay, the break is worth looking at. Well, there's one before that. I want you to draw it so we can see the
Okay,
first
sir.
one that you could have used.
Here.
Yes. Now that one is, if you do anything earlier than that, I would not recommend it. That's
Okay.
the one where you should say, okay, footprint. And then it broke, the next candle broke the real swing high and gave us a nice footprint. And this was a great trade, whoever got it.
Okay,
Right?
sir. Thank you.
What else? Are you recording this? Can we
Yes,
get?
sir. I'm recording it right now.
Can you send it to me?
Yes, sir.
Send it, and maybe we can get so people can get a lot of lessons out of this one. Because
Okay.
here's the thing, man. This is so common.
Yeah.
Do you know how many questions I get just on that? Oh, well, is this structure? And they draw the zone wrong, and they use some. They're just using. They're trying to create things out of thin air.
Yes, sir.
This is really what it gets down to. They saw it, so they will, like here, when that zone was created, people want to draw that zone very badly and quickly.
Yes, sir. Because sometimes I try to catch the supply and demand candle during the early stages. But,
Exactly. This is
that was the problem that I had.
yeah, I mean, that's a tough one, man, because I mean, the footprint tells us, so we don't know until after they step.
Right, sir. Okay.
How to take the footprint. This is why I call it a footprint. A BFI footprint. This is a BFI who clicked. Okay, and it's a footprint, but that after it happens and we see it, that tells us to get in. Where do we get in after that footprint?
We get in the first retest.
Draw a box around where we should get in, where we should have gotten in. Let's check that out on the 15-minute, and let's just
Got in around there, sir.
yeah, let's look at that and see how you got in on your micro. Okay, what signal you used? Which micro signal did you use to click?
I done
This blue line is half of it.
Yes, sir. It's half of it. So I done 50.
Okay, let's delete the silly red box.
Okay, sir.
And let's delete the arrow. Let's delete. Yeah, we don't know what that black is, but let's zoom in there. The whole game, my friend, the whole movie, scenario, scene, action, it's at the first. You're either going to click here or you're not. How long did it stay here at these price range levels? How long? Give me the time duration that you have to make a decision.
You only have 15, 30.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A couple at 2
8, 9.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Isn't that a couple hours?
Couple hours, yeah.
And you want to be in the first hour or the second hour?
You want to be in the first. You want to be in about during the first.
Don't you want to be after the signal prints, not before the signal prints?
Yes, sir.
Draw the first low that got created into this buy zone. The first low, the one that we don't trust, The one that you know almost always price comes right back and wipes it. That one. Look at the wicks all under it. Now, isn't this in the deeper half of the zone?
Yes, sir. That's where you get the great deals.
Okay, now I want to give you another entry method, which is delete the black line
Okay, sir.
and move the blue line that you have, the middle,
Yeah.
or actually add another line,
Okay.
put it in the middle of the bottom half.
Middle at the bottom.
Right there.
Yeah.
You can set limit orders here. If you're
Oh.
lazy, you can make a lot of money if you're lazy. But if you're lazy, you can set limit orders in half of the deeper half. Okay, or however you want to think of it, but in the deeper half, right in the middle of it, and usually you get some nice risk rewards with it. But good thing that you're not doing some 1 to 3 and less stuff, because, well, put your position on here and let's see, based on your thing, what was this risk reward?
Okay, sir.
Put a position on the signal you entered after.
Okay, sir.
You're getting good at this, man. What is this? Have you been trading recently since we last talked?
Yes, sir. I've been trading live, but
So why are you saying medium progress, man? This is great progress.
oh, okay, sir.
As long as you don't take that little small stuff as a footprint, because that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
We want a footprint. We want a big step, not some little stuff.
Oh, sorry. Wrong. Sorry, sir. I just need to find it again.
Well, I mean, just look for a bullish, engulfing, bullish, pin bar, bullish, any bullish signal at a buy zone. And
So I entered there and I put my stop loss 5 pips beyond the zone.
great. That's not, yeah, that's okay. Great.
So
Now,
yeah. There's a, so I think it was 20.
now set that target, the closest target. Let's just set your thing on the closest one.
Okay, sir. So the closest target would have been around there.
Drag your blue position up to that target.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
All right, 1 to 5. Now we're talking. Now we're kind of a little interested. All right, but you can imagine if you took multiple entries after going
Yes.
break on the initial, you could. Now, obviously, 1 to 5, you're going to let it run to another farther target. So obviously, it would be more, and obviously way more if you did multiple entries and you decided to really squeeze it. It's all up to how much money you want to make out of it, because we're assuming that it's going where? From A to B. Where
Yes.
is A? Where is B?
A is here, and currently,
which is just the price level. It's just
yes.
the price. It's just the price. Don't make it any bigger than that, but it's just the price. All right.
Yes, sir. So, and potentially B could be here, somewhere around here, sir.
All right. And the point is, we're just betting on that happening. We gotta bet. We gotta bet on something, and you're just betting that it's gonna go from A to B, and you act accordingly.